Washington, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, abruptly closed the airspace over El Paso International Airport late Tuesday night, citing special security reasons, only to reopen it hours later after officials said the threat had been addressed. The Biden-era FAA, under the Trump administration, tied the brief shutdown to an incursion by drones allegedly operated by Mexican drug cartels. Unexpected closure causes major disruption. The initial notice, issued late Tuesday, ordered that flights to and from El Paso be grounded through February 20th, a period of nearly 10 days. The restriction applied to commercial, cargo, and general aviation flights, a highly unusual move not seen in the United States since the aftermath of the September 11th attacks. However, just hours later on Wednesday morning, the FAA updated its position and lifted the restriction, saying there was no ongoing threat to commercial aviation and that flights would resume as normal. Admin ties closure to Mexican cartel drone activity. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy posted on X, formerly Twitter, that the FAA and the Department of Defense acted swiftly to address a cartel drone incursion near the airport and that the threat has been neutralized. Officials did not disclose how many drones were involved or provide specific details about exactly how they were disabled. A Trump administration official told reporters that Mexican cartel drones had breached U.S. airspace, prompting the defensive actions. The official added that once the situation was contained, the FAA determined there was no longer a danger to commercial flights. Local officials and lawmakers expressed frustration. The atmospheric shift in messaging drew sharp criticism locally. Representative Veronica Escobar, whose district includes El Paso, called the swift closure and reversal unprecedented, saying there was no immediate evidence of an active threat that would justify grounding flights for days. She noted that neither her office nor local authorities were given prior notice. El Paso Mayor Renard Johnson also criticized the lack of communication, calling the decision unacceptable and stressing that stakeholders including hospitals, airport officials, and community leaders were blindsided. Border context and broader implications. El Paso's location on the U.S.-Mexico border, directly across from Ciudad Juarez, makes it a nexus of cross-border commerce and, historically, smuggling activity. Drones have been used in recent years by criminal organizations for drug trafficking and reconnaissance, leading to repeated incursions into U.S. airspace, especially near the Rio Grande. Despite this background, experts and lawmakers have questioned whether the brief closure was proportionate or necessary, especially given the absence of published evidence that an immediate threat to aviation safety existed. Industry and airline impact. Airlines including Southwest, American, Delta, and others were forced to cancel or reroute flights, leaving passengers stranded and causing logistical headaches at a major regional hub. The FAA's reversal allowed flights to resume, but the earlier disruption raised concerns among travelers and industry observers. What's next? Senators and transportation officials have called for hearings to clarify what happened, how decisions were made, and how communications with local and industry partners can be improved in future national security situations.